Hello and welcome back to Blacklist Universe. I am Mike S. Miller, your 32-year comic book industry veteran. Today I am redesigning Power Girl. Not that there's anything I can think of in particular that I dislike about Power Girl's costume, but I just thought I'd try something with a new twist on the classic original Power Girl costume, kind of updating it with a little bit more, a little more dynamism, but really, she does have an overall great classic simple design, and I didn't want to veer too far into getting complex or anything like that. For those of you who don't know, Power Girl is an Elseworld Supergirl character who comes to Earth, and she doesn't wear this is the part where I get hazy. I don't remember why she doesn't wear the S symbol or the House of L colors, but she removed the symbol. That's why she's got the chest window, because she removed the logo from her costume. Although her costume's white instead of blue. I don't know. I don't really understand, and I haven't done enough research to go back. I've only had to draw her a couple times in my entire career at DC Comics. I think I've only had to draw Power Girl in a couple different books. I wish I could have drawn her more, because I'll tell you what, the original Power Girl art sells just great. I can't imagine why. Is it because she is the ideal buxom beauty from DC Comics? Perhaps that is the case. So anyways, I gave her a little bit more of a dynamic pose. It's not just a standard standing there posing sort of a character design like I usually do. I wanted to do something a little more fun, have her sort of flying off into the air. Try again here when I'm doing the designs. I am looking at the original Power Girl costume, and then trying to get the key elements in there, which is the drop down, low cut top, and the belt. And then I shortened up the gloves a little bit just to make them a little more feminine. I think the big bulky gloves is kind of a throwback to like men pirates or something. But like, you know how those old superheroes, they all have these really long, really kind of bulky gloves, and the sort of the pirate boots. She actually had the pirate boots in her original design. I think that time has passed, and so I'm doing something just a tad more modern. And I wanted to do something with the belt, because the belt is like the one thing that kind of stands out on an otherwise very simple costume. So I sort of V-shaped the belt, and then I mirrored it up with the same circle and crisscross around her neck. That gives, I don't know, it gives a little more balance with the belt, and then a little more sort of angles and fun. Again, I don't dislike her original costume, but it is super, super simple. Here I am, and I'm always trying this angle of faces, and honestly, this is the hardest angle for me to do a girl's face. A girl, when you're doing a down tilt girl's face, it's always super easy to make it attractive. But this up angle tilt for me has always been like my Achilles heel, so I'm always trying. I'm always trying to get it right, and I don't know, you guys can tell me if you like how it turns out. It's I don't know. I think, I'm not a perfect artist. I don't claim to be. And sometimes that just means, trying a thing over and over and over again. There's certain angles in certain parts of the body that a lot of people don't focus on. I was just reading a book last night, and I don't know if this is artist. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was the inker, but they showed the back of a character, and his back muscles made zero sense whatsoever. And I think that's primarily due to most people when they start out, most artists when they start out, they don't focus on back muscles. Like, you don't see, you're always when you're drawing a character, you're not like drawing the back all the time. You're drawing the front. So it's like, oh my gosh, I got to get the pecs and the stomach and the, get all the front stuff right. And then they sort of ignore learning the structure and the muscles and the anatomy in the back. Well, it's also difficult sometimes to get upward angles, because oftentimes people are just drawing sort of down shots, and you'll see people who like never attempt the stuff that they're bad at. That's a bad habit. If you want to learn to get better at anything, you have to practice it. That means if you notice that you're bad at something, or you notice that you're not as good at something as you are at other things, try doing that thing more. You have to memorize what works, and you have to figure out, because if you're good at stuff, it's like, okay, just redoing the stuff you're good at, that just gets kind of lazy and tired. But when you're focusing on the stuff that you're bad at, then you're overcoming that area of weakness and its growth. It's like confession. It's like confession. For those of you who are Christians, this is something that I say all the time. Confession isn't, okay, it's a Christian thing, right? But confession is a practical thing. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist or a Buddhist or whatever. Confession is when you evaluate the things in your life that you need to work on to get better at life, at being a good human, at being a Christian in the Christian case, at being an artist. You have to be willing to look at your work and confess where you suck or confess where you're weak. And then don't ignore those things in life or in your work. Work on them. Get better at them. Stop doing the bad things. Work on making the bad things good. Or, okay, in life that doesn't work, but in art it does. The things you're bad at. The things you're bad at concentrating on, the things you're bad at focusing on, the things you're bad at fixing. Work on those. That's just here, life lesson from Mike. So I'll be perfectly honest here. I should have used reference for this up angle face. It's just bothering me. Now it's like I want to start this thing over again and get some angled reference for the face, because here I am going in on a second pass and just like redrawing the mouth, reshaping the eyes, because I remember this specifically from so long ago when a friend of mine was using my wife to reference looking up, because when you look up, the lower lid of your eye goes up around the curvature of your eyeball, and so it's like if you have somebody looking up but you have the bottom of their eye like curving downward, it doesn't look right. And yeah, when you have them looking right, it might look squinty, but that's just the reality. That's just, nobody like has their eyes like super bright, wide open as they're looking up off into the corner. It just, if they are, they're like on cocaine or something. I don't know. It's just weird. All right. Now, at least we got back into the coloring portion, and I know it's very repetitive, tint, tone, hue. I am doing a side lighting like I did on the last episode. Because I don't know, I'm varying things around a bit, and I like the side lighting. I like how it's casting shadows from a different angle, and it has more fun. Maybe not more fun, but it's changing things up is always fun. And then I can, cast sideways light across her body. Where are the shadows gonna fall? So you all know who haven't watched one of these videos before, and if you have not, welcome to the channel. Please do like and subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications. I notice a lot of you still aren't subscribed, but you're still watching all my videos. Please just take a moment and subscribe. We just crossed 12,000 subscribers on this channel. Had a fun little celebratory live stream. When I get a little further down the line, maybe like 15, 20,000 subscribers, I'll do more live streams. But right now, I just want to focus on channel growth and doing these, and subscriber count is important to channel growth. So please do subscribe if you're going to watch, and then watch everything that I put out. It really does help the channel grow, and I hope you find this stuff entertaining. If you don't, leave a comment. Let me know what bothers you, or let me know what you like about this channel anyways. And leave me some suggestions too. I've been writing down all the suggestions you guys have been giving me for characters. I've got quite a few, but I need to bide my time and figure out what to do in what order. Anyways, totally getting away from what we're talking about in the art here. The light coming from the side, I do a tonal layer, which is the shadow, and then I excise out the light from the direction the light is coming from, and then I go back in and I use drop shadows to give it gives you an understanding of what shapes are on top of other shapes. Like in the case of this one, you can tell that the left breast is casting a shadow on the right breast, right? things cast shadow on the things above them. And then I go in and I put a white layer where the highlights are, tone it down to about 30%, and then I start deleting out of the white layer so that I have that as a tint. I have the tone as the dark shadow layer, and then the hue is the base color. Obviously, I'm sticking with a red here, so I can just do all the tint, tone, hue in one single color base, and then I'll just go in and add colors after the fact. Sometimes I switch this around and I do the colors or the flats first, but it doesn't really matter which way you do it. Actually, you know what? That's not true. If you do it, if you do the coloring first, then you can notice when the multiply layer doesn't quite work on a particular color. And this might be getting a little bit into the weeds on the coloring aspect. I'm not a colorist per se. It's not my forte. I'm a penciler, inker. That's my forte. The coloring for me is it's something I've been practicing and trying to get better at. Like I said, when you're not good at something, practice, practice, practice. Or actually what I said was confess. Confess that I'm not that good at coloring. So you guys don't have to learn this stuff for me unless if you're learning this coloring stuff for me, just take it as very basic coloring skills. I am not teaching you how to be master colorists, okay? This is just very basic three-tone, call it animation level coloring skills. I mean, obviously you could print this in a comic book and you could get away with it, but it's not like fully rendered what I would call maybe high quality coloring skills. If you want that, go to like Proco or Ron Lemon Studios, or I don't know, go to one of the other great colorists out there, the painters. Go to the painters, see what the painters are doing, then try to apply painting skills to your coloring for whether you're doing illustrations or comic book work or whatever. All right, so back in with dropping in the colors, I am using the original color schema, except I'm switching out. I believe she has. Okay, first of all, she doesn't have yellow on her boots, but I wanted to just drag that yellow down from the other parts of her costume, and I kind of went back and forth on which colors to make the different parts, because the original Power Girl, she's got the blue gloves and then the red belt, right? Or is it a red? Is it also a blue belt? Gosh darn it! I should be looking at the original, but I'm not going to. And so I maintained the blue gloves. Yeah, I think she's got a blue belt. I don't know. But I wanted to sort of balance it out so it's not like all just blue and white on her body. The red cape obviously is a given, so I'm trying to maintain pretty much what you would expect from Power Girl. But then I notice at the last second, I'm like, you know what would be a really interesting change? No sleeves. Let's get rid of Power Girl's sleeves. And I think that actually balances her not having leggings. And I don't know, it kind of makes... It made the biggest difference. I think, the crisscross neck thing and everything, I think not giving her sleeves made the biggest difference in this character design. That's what I think. What do you think? I hope you like it. If you don't, let me know what you don't like about it. And again, if you have suggestions for other characters, drop them in the comment section below. And try to join us on Wednesday nights for our live streams. We do Drawn and Quartered, which is a drawing competition between me and some of my professional artist friends. And once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you all on the next video.